Hey, what's going on, guys? Jay-Z here. Super stoked to be back here with you guys today. I know you guys have been waiting for part 3. I'm so sorry for the huge delay. If you guys haven't watched my recent video, make sure you guys go to that video first and then come back here. It explains why I did not upload part 3 at the correct time. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a like down below. Show me some support. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? We always trying to get the channel coming up. My goal is to get to 50 subscribers. We're at 22. I know that we can do it with the amount of views that we've been getting. You guys have been waiting for a while, so I don't really want to waste too much time. Let's get it. Now, last time where we left off, Ashley's friend was storming into my algebra class after Alexa pretty much took over and just exposed that bitch. She comes up to me and says,
"Why would y'all do that to her? You had no right to just embarrass her like that. And the whole thing was made up. She was never dating her cousin."
She tells me that, and honestly, I'm looking at her friend like, bitch, if the whole thing was made up, then why wasn't she just honest from the start? I mean, either way, my feelings would have been hurt, but at least she would have been honest with me. She tells me,
"Well, she just didn't want to hurt your feelings, so it's not her fault."
Do you guys see any of the logic that's in her argument here? But not only did I find out that the whole thing was made up, I also found out that she was also a liar. She was a liar, and she also broke my heart. Now, I would have been happier about her telling me that she was a liar. But then she says,
"And Ashley told me Wilbur was on his way to the school to beat your ass."
Now, as soon as she told me that, my heart fell straight to my ass. I assume that she told Wilbur about everything and about me not keeping my mouth shut. Now, at this point, I'm annoyed that she has someone else fighting for her own battles now. But I'm also scared shitless because I have no idea what this guy looks like. And I really don't know what he'll do to me. As I said before, I've never fought anyone. I wasn't a fighter during high school. Now, as the day goes on, I start to get more paranoid as each of my classes are starting to end, and I finally get to my last class, art, and I just sit down really quick. I'm waiting for Alexa and Leslie to come into class because I'm ready to yank them to the damn table because I need their help once again. Now, I see them both come in, and immediately I get up out of my chair and I rush towards them and I yank them towards the table. That's exactly what I did. Now, when we all sit at the table, Leslie looks at me and says, "Damn, boy, you finna fight or what?" It's like she knew. It's like she knew exactly what I was gonna do. She only said it as a joke, but when she actually saw my facial reaction, she was like, "Oh shit, you really are gonna fight." I explained to them what Ashley's friend told me, and Leslie looks at me and says, "Damn, that hoe a liar too?" Oh shit. Oh my goodness, we're still roasting her now. Okay, well, what are you going to do, Josh? Basically, Alexa and Leslie weren't going to participate in this event with me. I honestly didn't want them to. I didn't want to put them in actual real danger. Just in case this guy actually wants to hit girls, I didn't want them to get seriously injured. I decided to just take it as a man and step up to the plate. And I told Alexa and Leslie, well, honestly, I feel like this is my battle. I'm the one who has to deal with it at the end of the day, not you guys. I feel like I have to be brave for this one. There really wasn't much I could do about this one. I had to be ready for any guy to come up to me after school. Supposedly from Ashley's friend, she told Wilbur exactly where I go after school, where I go to wait for my ride, and she even showed him a picture of it. So now he knows exactly what I look like. Now class ends and the bell rings. I wait a few moments for everyone to leave and I get up. To exit the school, you have to go through the main doors. And every day the main doors are always packed because that's where everybody goes to leave. Now when I leave, I'm right behind the big crowd that's already leaving. And as we're getting closer to the main doors, I see Ashley just walking really quick as she goes by everybody. And in my mind, she's probably going to tell Wilbur that I'm about to come out of school. I get closer and closer when all of a sudden she just speeds out. And by the time I finally get out of the doors, she's nowhere to be found. So in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, she probably saw me and she went to go tell him to come over to me before I'm out of sight. I start walking, my whole body is just shaking. My hands are so sweaty. I feel like any moment now this guy could come up from behind me, from the side of me, and just hit me. So I have no idea what this guy looks like. I feel like he has a six-pack, abs, big biceps, and everything. I feel like I've gotten myself into the worst situation. I keep walking to my ride and I notice Ashley going to her ride. She walks across the street and just gets in her car and leaves. She got in her car and left. No one to be found. Nobody came up to me. I went straight to my ride and I was just scared for nothing. This guy was a no-show. It was all just to scare me, or so I thought it was. When all of a sudden I received a text message from an unknown Instagram. It was Wilmer. He got my Instagram and DM'd me. He said, don't you ever fuck with Ashley again. So let me get this straight. You're going to claim you all about this tech shit, but whenever you say that you're gonna pull up to the school and beat my ass, you don't show up. I look to my left. I look to my right. I texted back, hey. To which he replied, what, fool? I said, you one of the biggest bitches I ever met, bro. And he never responded again. I feel like all this time, it was just his tactic to try and scare me. And it was after that day that I stopped being scared of him. I wasn't afraid anymore of him. I wasn't afraid to text him. I wasn't afraid to now see him, because I feel like now he's probably shorter than me. He's probably shorter. He's probably not even as strong as me. One of the greatest moments of my life, honestly, to see through his plan that he never really wanted to fight. I ain't finna lie, that shit kind of worked. Now after that day, the school year just flies by and the whole thing just dies down. Now it's already the end of freshman year. Sophomore year comes by and Ashley and I do have another class together in English, but we don't say a word to each other after what happened the year previously. And then supposedly after sophomore year flies by, Ashley transfers school. So there was really no more of seeing her after that until the end of junior year. We out. Ashley. Woo! Man, your boy just can't get enough of that. I mean, after everything she's put me through, you think that I would just want to just go away and never ever talk to her again. I thought that too until the end of junior year. Now, all of this starts on my birthday. Now, for you guys that don't know, my birthday is May 26th. So it's the end of junior year. It's about a week before the whole school year is over. I want to go all out. I want to look my best. The next year after, my birthday won't fall on a weekday. So I won't be able to show everybody, you know what I'm saying, how your boy can really dress live. So what I planned to do was I planned to wear a suit. I planned to wear a suit to school. And before I actually wore it to school, I tried it on at home, and I felt so good that I posted a picture on my Instagram about it. Now, shout out to my homeboys, because you know what I'm saying, as soon as I post that picture, they all come like, damn, you know, like, damn, Josh, fresh. If you need some good wingmen, they are the ones for you. So it's my birthday. I put on my suit and I go to school, and as I'm going through the day, people are just complimenting me left and right. They're saying, ooh, boy, you look good. I'm like, ooh, appreciate it, you know. I don't know you, but you know what I'm saying, I'll take it. And this one class in particular is where it all goes down. I go to gym and I see my homeboy John Carlos in there. I see him sitting on the bench, so I go sit next to him and I'm showing him my picture, and I'll put it up right here. And as I'm showing him the picture, I get a random message, and it's from Ashley. She commented down on my picture. She said that I look nice, and we'll zoom in right here. And my homeboy who was sitting next to me, he was like, bro, talk to her again. And in my mind, I was actually debating. I'm like, well, should I actually talk to her again? It has probably changed for the better way. So I decided to text her back. Her and I started talking again, and we talked for about a few weeks. Reason that we didn't really see each other or do anything, that is another story time for y'all. So I will make sure to tell y'all that later. But now fast forward to after junior year ended, to about the mid of June. So it's around June 14, 15-ish, where her and I actually start talking like every day. Her and I start talking every day. We talk more and more. And this one conversation in particular, we talked about how I didn't know Spanish. Now I know there's gonna be a shock to all of y'all that I don't speak Spanish. Everybody, for some reason, whenever I tell everybody that I don't speak Spanish, they get all surprised. That's probably because they think I'm Mexican. Technically, I'm Hispanic, by the way. But let's get back to the story. So we talk about how I don't speak Spanish. And she says, well, for every Spanish word that you tell me, I'll give you a kiss. Ha! Gay! I was like, ooh, okay. I was like, okay. And to be honest with y'all, I knew certain phrases in Spanish. So, I think your boy just took a W. So I call her and I start talking to her in Spanish. She asked me to say, hello, my name is, in my name. And I won't say it on here because now I sound stupid as hell. I tell her that in Spanish, and her and I were just laughing through the entire day that we were talking. And everything went well. So well that she wanted to meet up with me again. Her and I both wanted to meet at the park. Here's the problem. I don't drive. At the end of junior year, I still didn't have my license yet. I didn't get it till the beginning of senior year. So I didn't drive. I didn't have my own car. So I needed a ride. And this is where my brother came in. I asked my brother for this big favor. I was like, bro, you gotta help me. I need you to drive me to her house, pick me up, pick her and I up, and take us to the park. And one of the most realest brothers out there, he says, all right, bro, I got you, but don't mess this one up. And I was like, all right, bro, appreciate it, man. You real one. So we get to her house, and whenever we get there, I hit her up and tell her, hey, I'm outside. Come on out so we can go. So she comes out, and she gets in the car. She meets my brother, and on the way over there, she's not really talking as much. So I thought that, oh, okay, now now she's all shy and everything, or so I thought. So we get to the park, and before my brother and I left, him and I both agreed that whenever he would take us there, whenever he brought us there, he would not interfere with us. So her and I would go walking our own way, and he would go play basketball in the courts. So when we get there, her and I both go our separate way. And as we're walking, we walk towards this little house that's right there towards the end of the park. Now the way it is, it looks sort of like a brick house, but with entrances on all sides. So when you enter through there's a big brick bench that you can sit on, and if you keep on going, there's a bunch of tables in the center of the cabin. And if you keep on going, you will reach the outer entrance, and then there's one towards your left, and there's one behind you. So we get there, and her and I sit down. We sit down, and I ask her about, so does the Spanish thing still apply right now? And she's like, well yeah, it does. So I spoke Spanish to her in person, and I said these 3 words that I can't really remember right now. And she said for each word she would kiss me. So we kissed one time. And then we kissed a second time. Now on the third time, it was just supposed to be one short kiss. But tell me why this girl this size to start making out with me. I was not expecting it at all. Her and I make out for about an hour straight, and to be honest, I had never made out with a girl before at all. So it was, I don't know, for me it was a learning experience. And when I mean a learning experience, I was kind of, I wouldn't say I was the best at it, you know what I mean? We were sitting, and then somehow it led to us standing up, and then suddenly she put my arm around her, and then her and I just kept on kissing, and then all of a sudden she moves both of my hands. She puts one on her butt, and then one on her chest. So I'm like, and at this point I'm shocked. I'm trying to focus on kissing her right, and now at this point I'm just shocked for words here. Like, I'm pretty much frozen. Besides my face, I'm just frozen. I wasn't moving my hands or anything. It was just her and I kissing for about. Now it got darker. It was around, I want to say maybe 8:30 p.m. Whenever my brother hits me up, and he's like, dude, we have to go back home. And I was like, why? I'm like, why? No, don't take me away. No, wait, 5 more minutes. So her and I walked back, and I'm explaining to her how much I still liked her, because overall I really did still have feelings for her, and she told me that she liked me too. So we both get back in the car with my brother, and he drives us back to her house, where I open the door for her, and she gets out, and then we both head back home. The following day, her and I are just texting, and then all of a sudden she texts me again saying, all of a sudden she texts me saying, I just don't think that you're the right guy for me, and I don't think that we should be talking anymore. Whenever I try and ask her, what's the real reason? I ask her, why do you say that? What's the real reason? And she never does text back. So I'm left confused, and I'm still left with questions. And I would like to say that the story ends off on a very good note, but it really doesn't. Her and I just don't end up together. In a way, I kind of feel like I got played twice. I was sad. Whenever she didn't answer back. She never did text me again after that, and I was sad, and I was kind of sad going into senior year, and that's guys, that's honestly where this story ends. I really don't find any answers. Honestly, with Ashley, the first time should have told me everything that I needed to know, and I just really thought that her and I would actually work out, but unfortunately, there's that saying where fool me once, shame on me, or something like that, or fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. So I mean that's kind of where so this is where the story ends, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and if you have enjoyed this series, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and make sure to like this video down below. If you have any comments or questions, I'll be answering them. I honestly wish that I wish that I could have made some different choices whenever I was talking to her. I just feel like, for me, I feel like with more experience, I probably would have kept her in life. But you live and learn, and you are going to make mistakes, and sometimes those mistakes come back and get you. And honestly, if you ask me, all you can really do is just learn from it. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. That's kind of where I'm at with this. That's kind of the end of that situation over there. But if you guys want more story times, make sure to let me know in the comments below. Again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below. You know what I'm saying? It's been your boy Jay-Z. I'm out.